Bienvenidos, bienvenidas al canal de Tony Gamer, tu canal de videojuegos.
I would probably hurt myself. This muddle of spots and drips is probably telling more about the room's many previous occupants than I'd wish to know. The weather has brightened up. Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry. The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house. Maybe somebody hid their money in there. Supplemental. I'm afraid the condition of my room is far below expected. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. Just a hanger. Hanging dead animals on your wall is a bit eccentric. I don't want to cover up these people's works of art. There's something lying on the floor. It's a massage rod. Somebody must have misplaced it. Before you even know, the world lies in ruins. I hope this isn't a bad omen. Look at all these beautiful people. Must be some kind of ancestral gallery. Look, this is the star log I'm using to stay in contact with my home planet. Just met human child Lenny, keeper of a cosmic secret.
Awesome. Is this a star log for real? May I please?
My pleasure.
This is Lenny of planet Earth speaking. My uncle had a secret stash hidden under a loose plank in room 3.
Room 3? That happens to be my room.
Room 3 used to be where my Uncle Heinz lived.
And where is your uncle now?
My mom says he is now living on planet no good. I need to know what happens next.
This leads to the rooms. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tannhauser.
Have you talked to the police yet?
I gave the officer an outline of the crime. It's only going to be a matter of hours before someone will attend to the issue.
What do you mean, a matter of hours?
The police station is right next town, but as you know, that's quite the distance. We have to be patient. As soon as the inspector has solved his current case, he will start working on yours straight away.
Keep me up to date.
I will let you know if there are any new developments.
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tannhauser. By the way, the buffet is open. Please help yourself. Oh, thanks. For me?
I found it under the bed.
And now you want to, let's say, pawn this device in exchange for a fishing rod?
Yes, that sounds like a good deal.
Just be sure to bring it back, will you?
She's the landlady here.
Precisely.
I've already made an entry on this. They serve traditionally hearty local meals in this place. Apparently a few maggots found themselves a lovely home in there. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. But I love cheese skewers. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. Please ring bell for service. We only serve small pots of coffee outside the restaurant.
What's this? The table stopped wobbling? Oh, thank you so very much. I was hardly able to focus on anything else but this cursed wobblery.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir?
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
The name is Baron Otto Titan von Trüberbrook.
Tannhauser, pleased to meet you.
Please, come over. Don't waste the opportunity to put up with the company of a lonely, broken old man.
Are you from around these parts?
You may very well say so. I put all my life's work into the well-being and prosperity of Truberbrook. I once was the owner of both, the mines and the cable car. That's all history now.
Do you have any friends or family?
My spouse left me for good, and my beloved Truberbrook is slowly going down the drain. Only Claus remained loyal to me all these years. Alas, now even he has disappeared.
Who is Claus?
Claus is my tomcat, an angel of an animal. He was the only one to always remain by my side. But now, he's vanished, without a trace. Everything in this world is going down the drain. Mark my words.
Were you whining too much over his loss?
I don't know. Claus was always faithful and stood by my side. Then he just disappeared without a trace. You can't rely on anything in this world anymore. Let me tell you. It's just awful.
What kind of a strange place is this?
Well, you should know. This used to be one of the most beautiful spots on the face of the planet. The fair and the fortunate came here for treatment. Travelers and tourists of all fashion. Citizens that weren't occupied in the tourism business found work in the mines. But it's all over now.
Do you still have the key to the old cable car, by any chance?
Please excuse me, but I need to be on my own now. I need some rest to mourn for Claus.
Could you tell me something about the cable car in this town?
Don't bring up the old cable car. I don't even want to think about it.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me.
Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. Good idea. I only need some bait.
We know well enough that cats like to climb. Unfortunately, their bodies seem to be designed for climbing upwards only. Anyway, Beverly, I've spotted a gigantic red tabby in a tree, which, on closer inspection, could in fact also be more like a fox. Assistance may be required.
I'll just try luring the cat down with a mating call. Meow. Meow. No reaction. A beautiful, healthy tree.
Acasoidu platanus, the sycamore maple.
It won't be this easy getting close to it. I can't get close enough. I don't think it's in the mood for that right now. Soft as a feather. I put a nice fluffy blanket over the top of that rowboat. I've already made an entry on this.
We know well enough that cats like to climb. Unfortunately, their bodies seem to be designed for climbing upwards only. Anyway, Beverly, I've spotted a gigantic red tabby in a tree, which, on closer inspection, could in fact also be more like a fox. Assistance may be required. I'll just try luring the cat down with a mating call. No reaction.
That's some sturdy, full-grown reed.
Good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella. Good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella. Good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella.
Good idea. I only need some bait. Subject, species reintroduction. Although I can't return the tuna to the wild as long as it's in the can. Paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark. I wonder what that is. Marked. A dim oil painting showing a couple of withering roses in a vase. Some of the varnish is starting to come off. How poetic. Locked. Huh. There really is a hidden stash below. Loads of useless junk, and an almost empty bottle of schnapps. I'll only take the schnapps. Bolts and shoes.
I need to know what happens next.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Please excuse me. You like this, don't you? It would tear me to pieces.
Claus?
There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Pathöcke, Tote Oma. Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Please excuse me.
Actually, it's quite a nice table. Nowhere to run from here, kitty. Oh, I think he passed out. Now I've got you.
Is this by chance your cat, Claus?
Oh, my beloved Claus. Where have you been? You look exhausted, old friend.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
So what's with the cable car?
I used to own the cable car. In fact, the whole mine. Everything was taken away from me. Those maniacs destroyed everything. The cable car, the mine, the whole village.
Please, go on.
More and more outsiders came to town. What they were actually up to in the mine, no one knows for certain. But after a few years of quick profits, they shut down the place and closed the cable car altogether in one go. Just think of it. This was my life's work. They closed down the mines, drove away the people, and turned a once flourishing community into a ghost town.
Who are these maniacs you're referring to?
The Millennium Cooperative, a multinational conglomerate of enterprises. Ruthless and unscrupulous. They leave us little family businesses with next to nothing.
You ran a mining business?
Well, but yes. I am the Baron von Sulz, entrepreneur and mining engineer in the third generation, district mayor of Trüberbrook Sulz and Trüberbrook Düssel, assistant secretary to the municipal council, patron of Trüberbrook and the arts, well known beyond the borders of this country.
What do you mean they destroyed everything?
First, they stripped me of the mine. Then, more and more dubious eggheads and foreign workers started pouring into town, driving visitors away with their gigantic machines.
Would you wrap up the whole story in detail for me again? Who are these maniacs you're referring to?
The Millennium Cooperative, a multinational conglomerate of enterprises. Ruthless and unscrupulous. They leave us little family businesses with next to nothing. First, they stripped me of the mine. Then, more and more dubious eggheads and foreign workers started pouring into town, driving visitors away with their gigantic machines. What they were actually up to in the mine, no one knows for certain. But after a few years of quick profits, they shut down the place and closed the cable car altogether in one go. Just think of it. This was my life's work. They closed down the mines, drove away the people, and turned a once flourishing community into a ghost town.
These must have been difficult times for you.
I appreciate your concern.
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
You've been so kind to me today. You have reunited an old man with his loyal cat. I'd have given you everything. My heritage, my stocks, my startups. Yet all you desire in your modesty is this aged key. Here you are. I can't fathom what you may want with it, but please take it.
Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Muchísimas gracias por haberos pasado por el vídeo, espero que os haya gustado y si os ha gustado no olvidéis dejar like y suscribiros al canal. Muchas gracias y hasta un próximo vídeo. ¡Adiós!